Welcome back, you guys. Check out this jacket. It makes me look like I'm 1,000 years old. And guess what today's topic is about? Books, authors, writing. Couldn't you have guessed? So, I believe there is really no greater example to set as a parent, as a teacher, as your coach, as literally anyone of that position, than to just set an example and do whatever, practice what you preach, basically, right? If you want your child to be independent, if you want your child to be whatever you want your child to be, all I would want my child to be is independent. But, whatever that word is to you, that you would want your child to be, the best way to make your child that way is to simply be that way yourself and set that example, right? So the way that I want my clients to be is how I want to live my life, to set that example. Or as Alice Cooper once said, I don't know where I heard this quote, but I know it was an Alice Cooper quote. Anyway, he says that if there's anything that you wouldn't, something along the lines of this, if there's anything that you wouldn't want your kids to do, just do it first, so that way they can't rebel against you. Like, yeah. That's not bad. I kind of like that advice. But, you would hope, anyway, that if you went completely downhill, that your kid would want to be the opposite. Which is where this can kind of backfire on you, is if everyone wants to be the exact opposite of you because they just envy you so much, or they are just so disgusted by you that they want to be nothing like you. But you would hope, especially with my coaching and finding my clients, that we would vibe and you would be able to feel that out, up front. That's why we do my free discovery calls and such, to kind of make sure we are a good fit. Because I want you guys to be inspired by me, not, find me repelling or revolting or really anything. But I want you guys to be very ambitious. I want you guys, to be goal setters. I want you guys to be overthinkers, because that is my downfall. But being an overthinker makes you calculated, and there is nothing wrong with being calculated. It's kind of a superpower, honestly, because most people aren't calculated. And so when you're calculated and everything works in an order and in a pattern, and it kind of multiplies. No pun intended, it kind of multiplies. Because when one aspect of your life is on fleek, for lack of a better word, then it makes your other categories of your life start to kind of fall into place too. Because when one aspect of your life is on point, you got nothing else to fix with it, you start working on another one. Then you start, it's a snowball effect, and it's a positive snowball effect of just everything falling into place from being calculated. It's kind of awesome. Something I've been thinking a lot about lately is, it sounds terrible, but just kind of how I feel like, granted, there are so many aspects of my life that I am struggling and not okay, but there are so many other aspects of my life that I feel like I'm doing really, really good. Really good. I mean, all of my hangers in my closet are matching. My clothes are all color coordinated by season. It takes just little things like that, being calculated, and just down to your hangers. Granted, again, that is an unnecessary expense, but when things like that can just be not chaotic and just easing to look at, it's soothing, again, and it's easing, and it just makes you feel good about things down to your wardrobe and your closet that is behind closed doors that no one sees, but you know it's there, and it makes you feel better. And then it makes you want to start branching out into your kitchen. Make sure your dishes are clean. You know what I mean? And it's such a positive snowball effect that, yeah. Point is, this is how I want you guys to be too, because this is how I am, and I want you guys to look up to me and also get matching hangers in your closet, because it honestly makes a difference, believe it or not, it does. Maybe this is a woman thing, maybe this is a just me thing, maybe it's sort of a gays thing too. I could see gays being into this. The project, for lack of a better word, that I am currently working on is I am trying to write and publish a book, okay, so if you guys have followed me for a while, you know that I do have my children's storybook, and the company that I used to produce it on, I think went bankrupt. I'm actually not sure what happened. It was really odd. They gave literally no explanation whatsoever. They just disappear with like a 24-hour notice that they were going to be quitting their business. And like, yeah, no further information. It was really odd, but it just says that I had apparently a terrible taste in publishers. So this time I'm publishing my book on Amazon, and I'm really, really, really proud of the fact, honestly, that I'm even doing this, because this is something that I have wanted to do ever since I first wrote the story when I was 19, and it was too intimidating to me at the time. And it still is beyond intimidating to me, and I'm struggling with it, honestly. But I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, you know what? I'm either going to face this obstacle and conquer it, or it'll just always be an obstacle that I will never face. And I'd rather conquer it than just be too intimidated by this stupid thing. Because look at how many people are authors. So many. And one of my crazy ultimate dreams is to become a New York Times best-selling author, and I don't think that will ever happen. That's like one of those dreams that needs to stay a dream, you know what I mean? But then I say this, and I'm like, why would I possibly dial myself down like that? If this is something that I want for myself, why would I tell myself that's too hard, too impossible? Why? If this is something I want to play that up. Say, yes, this is actually something that I want. I don't think it's going to happen with my children's book by any means, but there's like 3 books that I want to publish. 2 of them are still in the works, but oh my gosh. This is also my issue, right? And I feel like it's a really great problem to have, because there are so many people who just have no ambition. Then there's me, who's just like, God bless people who don't have ambition, because it is not a blessing. It is in fact a curse, because when you have ambition, the world doesn't stop moving. Your day doesn't stop moving. I literally don't have time to just sit and watch a TV show. I can't even remember the last time I had time to not focus on anything else. I can't even remember. I have to literally set alarms on my phone to just sit and do nothing for 5 minutes, because I have no time. Like, people think that being an entrepreneur is easy. It's not easy. I don't even think I'm not a full entrepreneur. I'm a full-on entrepreneur, but I'm not like a full-time entrepreneur at this point in my life. And the thing is, I keep telling myself, when I get to the point of being a full-time entrepreneur, that's when the freedom hits. Does it though? Because when you're at the point where you are capable of being a full-time entrepreneur, you just have 1,000 more issues that led you to getting to that point. Not issues, but 1,000 more obligations that led you to getting to that point. And until you're making enough bank to basically hire on your entire team and become the president of all of it, then maybe there's freedom on the other side of that rainbow. But where am I going with this? Basically, yeah, God bless people who don't have ambition and who are just content working a 9-to-5 job. No matter how much they hate it. I mean, believe me, I get it. I get it. I hate with a freaking passion, but I hate it to the extent that I am willing to do whatever it takes to get out of that job. Other people aren't. And that just tells me that they don't actually hate it to that extent, because if they hated it to that extent, they would find a way out. And I absolutely cannot stand it with a burning passion that this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. I've given myself the ultimatum that either you do this, you publish your book, you start creating all these different facets of income, or you can stay at this job. It is up to you. Even if all of these different facets aren't making a lot of income at the moment, or even if it's not going anywhere on the appearance of it, it will one day. It will one day. Because you know what I'm doing is I am putting my currency, and energy is currency, right? And currency at the end of the day is money. Money is currency, but currency is also energy because it's a current, it flows. So then when you look at it in perspective, energy is actually money. And it's true. I mean, it takes energy to get money, and you're not going to get money if you don't have any energy. Like if you stay home all day in bed, you're not going to make money. It's kind of how it works. So I am putting all of my energy, my currency, towards all these different facets, right? And even though it's not making money yet, the current is flowing. The algorithm is going. And at some point, it's going to have to turn into money because that's the way it works. It's the way it works. You can't if you put, what is it, like 10,000 hours into something, you're an expert at it or something like that. Not that I'm probably going to put 10,000 hours into this in the near future, but even if I put in 1,000 hours, that's 1,000 hours right there. Even if I put in 7,000 hours, that's 6,000 more hours. You know, at some point, it's going to work itself out. That's how it works. I know if you are on this channel, there is something in your life that you just want so bad. And maybe that particular thing that you want so bad isn't the stepping stone that it takes to get that particular thing, right? And I think this is kind of how we manage to lose sight of what exactly it is that we want so bad, because we get so distracted by all these other things that just seem to get in the way, rather than creating all these other stepping stones to create a way. That was pretty solid. I honestly cannot believe I just said that. I feel like I need to write this out and trademark that with my name on it, because I don't even know what else to say after that. I think that just says it all right there. So I do want to say though, whatever it is in your life that you want so bad and you're not able to just grasp it, you need help figuring out what these stepping stones are, I can help you. I can help you. If you would like to book a free discovery call with me to find out more about what this is all about, you can find my link in the description below to book this free discovery call with me. And you can also find me for tons more free content on almost any social media platform at Make Waves Coach. You can also find me on almost any social media platform at Mermaid Kassandra. As you can see, my journey, it's been pretty cool following my own dream. And it's, again, there's no greater way, I think, to set an example for someone else than to set the example for someone else. I really believe the greatest way to teach anyone anything is to set the example yourself. I mean, when I think about the people that I have looked up to in my life, they're people who have just been crazy ambitious, doing all these things that you wouldn't necessarily pinpoint them to do, but they go out and do it. And I'm like, if they were able to do this and that, Why could I not do something like that? Why could I not do something even crazier? Why could I not do something as equally crazy, but that is authentic to me, because doing whatever they did was authentic to them and not to me? People need to get that straight, don't they? Yeah. You can also check out my podcast, Make Waves, Mermaid Kassandra, every place podcasts are found. I will talk to all of y'all in the next episode. Go out there and make waves. Mwah.